George, come down a minute.
Yes, Pa.
Make yourself comfortable. I'll only keep you a minute. George, how old are you?
Why, I'm 16, almost 17.
What do you want to do once school's over?
You know, Pa. I want to work on Uncle Luke's farm.
You'll be willing, will you, to get up early and milk and feed the stock? And you'll be able to hoe and hay all day?
Why, yes. What you getting at, Pa?
Well, George, while I was in my office today, I heard a funny sound. And what do you think it was? It was your mother chopping wood. Your mother works hard, getting up early, cooking meals all day long, washing and ironing, and still, she has to go out in the backyard and chop wood. I suppose she just got tired of asking you. She gave up and decided it was easier to do it herself. And you eat her meals and put on the clothes that she keeps nice for you, and you run off and play baseball like she's some hired girl we keep around the house but that we don't like very much. Well, I knew all I had to do was call attention to it. Here's a handkerchief, son.
Thanks, Pa.
George, I've decided to raise your spending money 25 cents a week. Not of course, for chopping wood for your mother, because that is a present you give her, but because you're getting older, and I imagine there are lots of things you must find to do with it.
Well, thanks, Pa.
Let's see, tomorrow's payday. You can count on it. Probably Rebecca will feel she ought to have more too. Wonder what could have happened to your mother. Choir practice never was as late as this before.
Why, it's only 8:30, Pa.
I don't know why she's in that old choir. She doesn't have any more voice than an old crow. Traipsing around the streets at this hour of the night. Just about time you retired, don't you think?
Yes, Pa.
Hello, George. Hello, Emily. What do you have? Why, Emily Webb. What's wrong?
She got an awful scare, Mr. Morgan. She almost got run over by that hardware store wagon. Everybody always says that Tom Hutchkins drives like a crazy man.
Here, take a drink, Emily. You look all shook up. There. Now what do you have?
I'll have a strawberry phosphate.
No. You go have an ice cream soda with me, Emily. 2 strawberry ice cream sodas, Mr. Morgan.
Yes, sir. I tell you, you've got to look both ways before you cross Main Street these days. It gets worse every year. There are 125 horses in Grover's Corner. This minute I'm talking to you. State inspector was in here yesterday, and now they're bringing in these automobiles. The best thing to do is to just stay home. Why, I can remember the time when a dog could just lie around all day. In the middle of Main Street, nothing would come to disturb him. Yes, Miss Ellis, be with you in a minute. Here are your sodas. Enjoy them.
Good taste.
They're so expensive.
No. Don't you think of that. We're celebrating. First, we're celebrating our election. And then, do you know what else I'm celebrating?
No.
I'm celebrating because I've got a friend who tells me all the things that ought to be told me.
George, please don't think of that. I don't know why I said it. It's not true.
No, you stick to it, Emily. I'm glad you spoke to me like you did. But you'll see. I'm going to change so quick. You bet I'm going to change. And Emily, I want to ask you a favor.
What?
Emily, if I go away to State Agriculture College next year, will you write me a letter once in a while?
I certainly will. I certainly will, George. It certainly seems like being away 3 years you'd get out of touch with things.
No, I mustn't do that. You see, I'm not going just to be a farmer. After a while, maybe I'll run for something to get elected. So your letters will be very important to me. You know, telling me what's going on here and everything.
Just the same, 3 years is a long time. Maybe letters from Grover's Corners wouldn't be so interesting after a while. Grover's Corners isn't a very important place when you think of all New Hampshire, but it's still a very nice town.
The day wouldn't come when I wouldn't want to know everything that's happening here. I know that's true, Emily.
Well, I'll try to make my letters interesting.
You know, Emily, whenever I meet a farmer, I ask him if he thinks it's important to go to agriculture school to be a good farmer.
Why, George?
Yeah, and some of them say that it's even a waste of time. You can get all those things anyway out of the pamphlets the government sends out. And Uncle Luke's getting old. He's about ready for me to start in taking over his farm tomorrow, if I could.
My.
And like you say, being gone all that time in other places and meeting other people, if anything like that can happen, I don't really want to go away. I guess new people aren't any better than old ones. I bet they almost never are. Emily, I feel that you're as good a friend as I got, and I don't really need to go meet other people in other towns.
But, George, maybe it's very important for you to go and learn all about that cattle judging and soils and those things. And if you're going into politics, maybe you ought to meet people from other parts of the state. Of course, I don't know.
Emily, I'm glad you spoke to me about that fault in my character. And what you said was right, but there was one thing wrong in it, and that was when you said that for a year I wasn't noticing people. And you, for instance. Listen, Emily, when you say you were watching me when I did everything, why, I was doing the same about you all the time. Why, sure, I always thought about you as one of the chief people I thought about. I always made sure where you were sitting on the bleachers and who you were with. And we've had lots of talks and joking in the halls. And they always meant a lot to me. Of course, they weren't as good as the talk we're having now. Lately, I'd been noticing that you've been acting kind of funny to me, and for 3 days I've been trying to walk home with you. But something's always got in the way. Yesterday I was standing over against the wall waiting for you, and you walked home with Miss Corcoran.
George, life's awful funny. How could I have known that? Why, I thought...
Listen, Emily, I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to agriculture school. I think that once you've found a person that you're very fond of, I mean, a person who's fond of you too, at least enough to be interested in your character, well, I think that's as important as college is, and even more so. That's what I think.
I think it's awfully important too.
Emily?
Yes, George?
If I could improve and make a big change, would you be... I mean, could you be?
I am now. I always have been.
So, I guess this is an important talk we've been having.
Yes.
I'll take you home and leave now.
There they come. Hey, George, when things don't go right, just come on down to the baseball field, man. We'll be waiting for you.
All right, that'll do. That's enough of that. There used to be an awful lot of that kind of thing at weddings in the old days. Rome, and later. We're more civilized now, so they say.
I wish I were back at school. I don't want to get married.
George, what's the matter?
I don't want to go grow old. Why is everybody pushing me so?
Why, George, you wanted to.
Why'd I have to get married now? Listen, Ma, for the last time, I ask you.
No, George. You're a man now.
Listen, Ma, you never listen to me, Ma. All I want to do is be a fellow. Why do?
George, if anyone should hear you. Now stop. Why, I'm ashamed of you.
Oh, what's the matter? I've been dreaming. Where's Emily?
Gracious, you gave me such...
Cheer up, Ma. What are you looking so funny for? Cheer up, I'm getting married.
Let me catch my breath a minute.
Now, Ma, you save Thursday nights. Emily and I are gonna come over to dinner every Thursday night. You'll see, Ma. What are you crying for? We gotta get ready for this.
Never felt so alone in my whole life. George over there looking so... I hate him. I wish I were dead. Papa!
Shh, Emily. Everything's all right.
But Papa, I don't want to get married. Why can't I stay for a while? Just as I am. Let's go away.
No, Emily. Now stop and think.
Don't you remember what you used to say? All the time you used to say that I was your girl, and there must be lots of places we can go. Let's go away. I'll work for you. I could keep the house.
Shh, you mustn't think of such things. You're just nervous, Emily. Now, I'm getting married to the nicest fella in the world. George is a fine fella.
But, Poppy...
George, come here. I'm giving away my daughter, George. Do you think you can take care of her?
Mr. Webb, I want to. I want to try. Emily, I'm going to do my best. I love you, Emily. I need you.
Well, if you love me, help me. All I want is someone to love me.
I will, Emily.
If ever I'm sick or in trouble, that's what I mean.
Emily, I'll try. I'll try.
And I mean forever. Do you hear? Forever and ever.
Come now. They're waiting for us. Come quick. It's gonna be all right. Do you, George, take this woman, Emily, to be your wedded wife? To have...
Perfectly lovely wedding, loveliest wedding I've ever saw. Oh, I don't love a good wedding, don't you? Doesn't she look like a lovely bride?
I do.
Do you, Emily, take this man, George, to be your wedded husband?
I do.
Don't know when I've seen such a lovely wedding, but I always cry. Don't know why it is, but I always cry. I just like a sweet young people happy. Don't you? Oh, I think it's lovely. Ding! Ding! Ding!
I've married 200 couples in my day. Do I believe in it? I don't know. Em marries and millions of them. The cottage, the go-kart, the Sunday afternoon drive in the Ford, the first rheumatism, the grandchildren, the second rheumatism, the deathbed, the reading of the will. Once in 1,000 times it's interesting. Well, let's have a Mendelssohn's wedding march. Why, I can remember the time when a dog could lie down all die in the middle. What? All die?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I tell you, you've got to. What? Oh, okay. Did I mess up?
No.
I thought I messed up.
No, you didn't.
Okay. This is the first scene, guys.
Now you did, but leave that there. We're gonna just go.
We're just gonna start.
We're starting at your line. And make sure you go get the sodas too.
Okay.
Just so you've been hitting the pause between these.
Oh no, I just meant. Okay. I didn't know that.
Wait, if
Okay,
you've just
I
been
know.
straight.
Yeah, it's been gone for 3
Okay,
minutes.
just pause between from now.
Yeah, because it's gonna be really hard for me to do.
So you just
should
want
I-
to start from the
Actually-
beginning now. Because
No, just go.
Okay, ready?
Action. And then, do you know what else I'm celebrating? you do.
Spilled all
Spilled everything. Our election. And then, do you know what else I'm celebrating?
No.
I'm celebrating because I've got a friend who tells me all the things that
Don't walk across then.
pamphlets those governments send out. And
Action.
We're not gonna change
Action.
from doing it to not.
Action.
You have to do it.
Action.
Listen, Emily, when you say you were watching me when I did everything, why, I was doing the same about you all the time. Pause it.
Ready, set, action.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
You gotta wait a little bit after I'm done laughing.
Ready? I'm not. Ready?
To have.
Alright.
What? You were. But Poppy.
Now, Poppy.
It's fun though.
But Poppy.
Oh, Poppy.
That's fine. We don't have to.
Oh, pequeño.
Oh god, now it's the three of us, so we're gonna have to find a.
I can hold it long.
Oh, you can? Alright.
But Poppy.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's still going.
Okay, so what?
My best. I love you, Emily.
It's so hard not to laugh.
I'll get this. I just can't look at Brad. Even though that makes sense, I
Just
can't.
look past me. Just look like you think it's
But that's
happening,
gonna be even worse.
Okay, I got this. Just get back.
Look at his left. Look at one of his
I
ears.
got this.
Yeah, just look at your ears.
Okay, I need you to get in, and you get in more. Action.
He said action, by the way.
Okay, okay. Don't pause it, don't pause it.
I can't pause it.
Go.
Dexter. Come on, Mom.
Sam, go ahead.
Sorry.